Well, instead of driving away as fast as he could, a Grand Valley State student stopped to see what was wrong when a man frantically ran onto a dark, deserted country road waving his arms. And police say that decision was probably the difference between life and death for a man trapped underwater in a wrecked car. WZZM 13's Phil Dawson is here now to explain.
Lee, early Wednesday morning, a man trying to avoid a deer flipped his car upside down into a farm drainage ditch full of water in Robinson Township. The driver was able to claw his way out, but says his passenger would have drowned if a Grand Valley State student hadn't come to the rescue.
Ran out the middle of the road. I'm just hands up, I'm yelling, help, help, help.
24-year-old Charles Denman says he didn't know what else to do to save his passenger and friend, trapped underwater in the car he just flipped into a drainage ditch.
All that was going through my mind was my friend was in the car and he was about to die. There was no way I was getting him out. There's no way. I didn't have the strength. That's why I ran out for help.
A guy just jumped in my lane trying to flag me down, just out of the blue. And I actually almost hit him.
20-year-old Brian Celano was driving down M45 from Grand Valley State's Allendale campus to his home in Grand Haven, and some instinct made him stop to speak to the screaming man running wildly in the road.
He swerved, he was like, I ran at him, like, help, help.
He came up to my car and said that there was a car accident.
My friend's over here, he's still in the car, I don't know if he's still alive. And he's like, where at? I'm like, right over here, right over here.
The car was upside down, so all the windows were in the water.
My head hit the dash and I got knocked out, and then that's all I remember from. I don't remember anything of being in the car.
24-year-old Joel Apal was still alive in the car, breathing a rapidly shrinking pocket of air.
So it was like just stressful, like minute by minute, to try to get him out of there.
Brian Celano is a trained medic, cool under pressure. But because they were underwater, he couldn't break the windows. The doors were jammed shut by water pressure and mud.
How were you able to get that door open?
Pure adrenaline, I think. It had to get open. So I managed to get my fingers in and, pry open a little bit. And I got it open like a few more inches. Then I eventually put my body between the car and the door and forced it open. And I was able to get his ankles.
Got him on his shoulder like this. I see him just walking up, bringing him out. I'm like, whoa.
It happened to be that Brian was there, a certified EMT, which is just phenomenally crazy, you know what I mean? Like, come on. That's just God's grace right there.
It's still all sinking in, like all the adrenaline and like what actually happened and how big of a deal it actually was. Just really glad they are both okay.
It speaks to me a lot about like just the heart of just everyday people, like total strangers that you meet that will go out of the way and even put their life at risk just to help a total stranger.
The three men didn't have much time to talk at the crash scene Wednesday morning. Joel was barely conscious and Charles was speaking to the police. But since then, they've emailed and become Facebook friends. And tomorrow, Lee, they plan to meet for lunch and replay this unexpected event that now binds them together.
An extraordinary day for both of them.
All three of them.
All right. Thanks very much, Phil.
Yes, sir.